In this video, I want to talk to you about the importance of knowledge and intelligent leadership and to explore the connection between them. Thinking about the learning organisation, it would be wrong not to think about this in terms of the wider concepts and understanding of knowledge and wisdom. And this is actually fundamental to philosophy more generally, but also to the philosophy of leadership. And as you'll find in Module 8, when we start to talk about epistemology, which is the theory of leadership knowledge, it's so important to apply this to the practice of leadership and ultimately, we hope, leading to practical wisdom, something that was suggested as a very important concept by our Greek forefather Aristotle. What I want to do is to briefly introduce you to this concept of knowledge and wisdom, but without getting into the detailed theoretical or philosophical underpinnings. If we think about the importance of a learning organisation, then surely one of the outcomes that we want to achieve is improved leadership practice, yes? You would all see the benefit of this, as well as looking at wisdom. So Module 5, very shortly, will be introducing you in more detail to Aristotle's original concept of phronesis, which, if we refer to the Oxford English Dictionary, its modern meaning relates to practical understanding, wisdom, prudence and sound judgment. And surely, when we start to think of this in terms of the learning organisation, this concept of a practical understanding, wisdom, prudence and judgment must surely be included. What I want to do in this session is to just briefly introduce you to what I see as a close alignment between the concept of the learning organisation, which we've already looked at in terms of single and double loop learning, and also the work from Senge, the fifth discipline, and align that much more closely to this introduction on knowledge and wisdom. And we'll continue to build on this throughout the year. What I would suggest, and we will build on this in Module 5, is that we can view this as what I describe as intelligent leadership, which is not only acquiring the relevant knowledge and reasoning, but also to apply that knowledge in practice. So it's very much about practical judgment shown by good leaders, and referring briefly back to Aristotle, who said the practical wisdom for analysis is the intellectual virtue concerned with doing. Think about that. This can be summarised in modern language as having the right people doing the right things in the right places and for the right ends. And looking at traditional knowledge management, which I acknowledge is an important part of business studies today, there is a tendency to view that too much as a bureaucratic process through, for example, the storing of information, the process of distributing that information. Intelligent leadership goes much wider than that, and it's about looking at what knowledge is and how that knowledge can be built up through intelligence and ultimately lead to wisdom. That really is the output that we will be looking for in terms of knowledge management, leading ultimately to the outcome of an intelligent organisation. And this is one of the reasons why I'm so keen and why I keep coming back to the 6 honest serving fellows, or as I previously referred to, the 6 intelligent leadership questions. So for example, we could ask, where does leadership knowledge originate? What is thought within the field of leadership? And we know that leadership is generally theory light. Models and further models are difficult to find as to who possesses that knowledge of leadership. Is it the supposed leaders themselves? What can be known? Can actual feelings in relation to leadership relate to knowledge, and can we build on leadership studies and practice? In other words, we keep building on our learning. How much confidence, therefore, can we have in the knowledge generated? What are the implications for evaluation of different concepts and characteristics, not only of leadership itself, but the outcome of leadership? And why does knowledge matter? Can we determine appropriate units for evaluation of leadership? And when can beliefs be legitimised as knowledge? A further question is, will this change over time? We need to be adaptive. So, these are just some of the preliminary questions to get you thinking more about knowledge as a definitive concept within knowledge management, and to be seen as just one tool in the toolbox. but it's intelligent leadership that will actually lead to the learning organisation sustaining what it's trying to achieve in terms of its values and vision, which is where we started on Module 4. We hope to continue this debate in Module 5 and beyond as you start to expand your leadership thinking beyond its traditional roots. Thank you.